All right, last day, day 4. I feel like I'm re-energized. I keep getting up at like 4:50, 5 a.m., ready to roll. So I actually edited episode 2, and I thought I was editing day 1, but it was a day 2. And so I gotta go at 6:30 in the morning. I gotta go get some breakfast and then get an Uber to get over there and start walking. I wanna go knock out South, the back side of South Hall, finish that up. There really isn't anything outside that I care about. And I'm gonna go back over to North Hall, grab you some real detail today, detail on Gyeon. I like to talk to the IGL people, Chicago Pneumatic, and Channel Lock. Who knows what else I'm gonna come up with. So I'm gonna head over there now. I'm gonna mark this on the list as something to check out. These look pretty serious. Eurovac, so put that on the list. I need to go check these. That'd be pretty sick in my garage. 7:30, had breakfast, made it over here, walked a mile, and I'm headed to the back side of South. There's a lot of new exhibits and stuff like that. Right here is all the truck stuff. So I saw most of this. I've walked through most of the first half of this, but I need to go get to the back half. And then maybe I'll do a quick walk through outside before everybody gets here. And I'm going to have breakfast with Luke Wilson. And then go back over to North Hall and dig in deeply. Gotta check out this company. I guess these are actual windows that you purchase. Just lightweight. Interesting. So you'd actually pull the glass out and do this. And they have acoustics, solar control. Yeah, it doesn't look like it has any kind of actual protection, but they're shooting stuff at it, so maybe it doesn't crack. That's something interesting I'll look into. This could be a company I could use to build my keychains, I bet. Or they could build the GT3 RS nylon keychains. Yeah, like this. Yeah, they could definitely do that. That would be sick. It's called Fast Nap. So I'll have to have Bryce look into that for me, because I'm sure they can make it in quantity. Check out this machine. That's pretty sick. It's called a Polyair. It's pretty cool. Of course, we use these Better Pack 550Es. A Polyair crumping machine. And then one of these type of, that's interesting. It comes in a tight roll like that and you pull it off. That's smart. Nussbaum. Man, the lifts look pretty legit. But I don't like all that diamond plate. That's the thing I don't like the most. And the cost of these are significantly higher, but the whole point of these is their motor is much higher end. But you know, the question is, do you need that or do you just want it? I mean, I don't know. I need to get one someday, and if I have a larger facility, have several different lifts to compare. It's a hard thing to do. Lifts are so darn big. Interesting branding. I need some sort of box like this I'm going to create to do OG packages in. I think that would be pretty sick. Alright, I changed my mind. I want this one. I want this one instead. I bet this one's 50 grand. And one of these, Road Force Elite. I like the idea of Elite. It takes up a lot of space though. You need a lot of room. This will go in my garage at home. This is another infrared that I'm considering. That'd be pretty sweet. A lot more compact than that one I was looking at the other day. Interesting. Use a scale. check this sucker out. This is the coolest darn thing I've ever seen in my life.
So let's just go down to the lowest setting.
Okay, so you're at 5%.
Right.
What is, does it bypass the rest? Is that basically what it does? Like, how is this thing changing, converting torque? How is it? How is there a friction ring in there, or how does that work? Is there a clutch?
It becomes, let me say, it becomes less powerful.
Okay. Got it.
Because there's only 5% of the required air going into it.
Okay, got it. But the beauty of this is we have an individual dial where we can adjust in increments of 5%.
Up to 45%.
And then we go 50 and then 50 to 100. Yeah. Oh man. How much is something like this, like retail generally? Roughly.
The first time I saw this, Matt, was on Monday.
Okay, so you guys haven't even priced it yet?
We have. We're going to be having prices shortly, but
got it.
Let me get back to you on that one.
Okay.
But it's a terrific gun. It's well balanced. You can get it with long shank or the short shank.
Oh, I love this thing.
It's just a beautiful tool, but it's not the tool for everybody. It's a tool for people who want the ability
to be precise.
To be precise and use that. And there's in everybody's garage, whether it's a commercial garage or its home garage, there's tons of uses for it, but most people are not taking that into consideration, I guess.
So we're gonna really get this done. I'm thinking probably month of February. But things like this, like check this out. He was showing me how the tool is so balanced, like this for ergonomics. When you're holding it in your hand, you know, the tool is balanced so you don't feel it. So for us, it doesn't matter that much. But if you're in a shop, which I'm sure I'll sell a lot of these too, and you're using it for hours at a time, ergonomics matter. Having some of these smaller tools, having ratchets, 3/8, ½ inch, also some of the cutoff tools, some of the die grinders, angle grinders, things like that. So I'm going to sift through the whole catalog. Obviously, we don't need a 1-inch impact, you know, for what we're doing in our garage, or even if you had a big truck. I mean, unless you had a 18-wheeler, we don't need that thing. So I'm going to sift through the catalog of products. I'm going to order like 50 of them, and then we'll narrow it down to the 20 that make sense, and then we'll create packages and create an aspirational package and then a realistic package, and then have each tool a la carte. You know, and so I want to get these in my hands and play with them and figure out, you know, what makes sense to offer to the universe. So this is Darren's deal, right? I've been watching on YouTube, and I got some sneaky suspicion that this might work for me. It could be super cool. So tell me the story, the 2-minute story, the 1-minute story. Tell me the story of how you got involved with this, and then I want to see the product.
How about if we do this? How about we cut to the chase and just
get right to the product
brainchild behind this?
Got it.
So just know that my business partner is from the auto body world.
Got it.
So there's a lot of parallels between auto body and detailing, but there is a massive difference because the auto body world is all about profits, all about speed.
Yeah.
So what Tom did is he was a frustrated body shop owner for 30 plus years, high performance, concourse title under his belt, but he was constantly frustrated, endless companies coming in, 3M, Meguiar's, and they all claim to have the solution, which is basically swirl marks.
Yep.
Yet they never could fix it. So Tom came across the eyeglass industry, and they can grind down like this. This is 600 grit sanding marks. Can grind down based on your prescription, because I don't know if most people have connected the dots. Your eyeglasses are not made out of glass. It's made out of plastic.
Yep.
So that industry, as well as like jet fighter canopies, are made out of this type of material. They can grind it to how they need it and finish it to optical clarity with one polish. So Tom thought, like, wait a minute, if they can do it, how come my world can't do it?
Yeah.
So he went to formulation school and he said, I'm going to take this technology, I'm going to bring it to the auto body world. So that's what he did. So it's a single
product,
single polished product, which means you can go from heavy defect removal down to swirl-free finish with one polish. This is not a compound. It's not made with diminishing abrasives. It's made with controlled abrasive technology. Abrasives that actually don't break down like diminishing abrasives. So based on the defect removal you want to do. So let's, like at this point, let's just cut to the chase and do the demo. So 600 grit sanding paper, which by the way, do not do this at home, folks. This is simply an absurd.
You sound like Billy Mays here, Darren.
I'm not trying.
Don't try this at home.
Okay, that part I'll accept.
I'm just busting your chops.
So, but literally, don't try this at home.
Yeah,
so
don't do 600
We're
on
making
your
an
hood,
absurd point to illustrate the abilities that this can perform like a compound, but it's not a compound. So we're going to push it to the extreme with 600 grit.
All right, so he's going to come sand it with 600.
Go for it, Tom. And this is some hard. What was it baked at, Tom?
180 degrees for 2 hours.
So this is some hard clear coat here.
This is something, Tom, you painted?
Yes. We had a body shop.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so those are deep scratches.
You can see the lines. So now we're going to buff them out with one single brush.
So show them, Tom.
Wool pad.
Okay, directly onto the pad. It's true waterborne technology.
So would you, on rotary, do you prime the pad beforehand?
Yes, and that's what we're going to do right now. So
this has been obviously used many times.
We always recommend you put the product on the pad, not on the surface.
So you're not going to grab a bead like I always fling on the wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am going to, we're going to put a lot of product on here and bear down really hard to do this really quick.
Okay.
Just to show people you don't need compound anymore. Now it's like, now it's injected into the pad. Starting to polish. And it's an aluminum hood. Now we're going to check our work.
So you're at 1800 RPMs?
Yep.
Wow, that's hot.
But not untouchable.
That scares us detailers.
Well, this would be 180 degrees indirect sun on a 100-degree day. You would not be able to touch it at 180 degrees.
I have a video where I'm using this polish on paint that starts out at 161 degrees in the direct sunlight.
Not bad. It's not perfect yet.
Right, yep.
But that's from a wool pad, So that's the worst it's going to look. Now we change pads. Go to foam. 100 PPI foam.
Because you're using the same product, you're not all that concerned about getting all that off, and it doesn't diminish. It doesn't diminish, so got it.
And this isn't going to dry up.
Okay.
Again, on the pad, just a little bit. You can do this in direct sun.
So a lot of guys, they freak out about heat buildup.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
I don't know why, I just do.
I know, because that's what we've been trained to think. But that's one of the unique chemistry or attributes of this chemistry of true waterborne technology.
And the physics behind a water-based product and a solvent-based product are totally different. If you did heat the paint, the solvent softens the substrate, and you then will have a burn problem. But look at how nice that looks. One single product, one single pad, or two pads. We changed the resolution with the foam pad.
And that's with a rotary. Tom's like really trying to cut to the chase here.
Yeah.
Us detailers, we're now going to take this and we're going to go into our jeweling mode. We're going to switch out to a dual action.
Right.
And then we're going to finesse it till, the day's done.
But you can keep using the same product.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, you can jewel. And then we do actually have a polish enhancer. So for those guys that are really working at that higher level performance, that's where you would bust out your D1 polish enhancer.
And remember, at 180 degrees, you would not be able to hold your hand. It would fry you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, water boils at 220, right? So.
Yeah.
But yet he can do it in direct sunlight on that heated paint. Which I've done. I have a video where I'm doing it with Sean.
Yeah.
We take it and we're using a dual action.
So I could DA this. I could grab a DA and do the same thing. Could I DA with like a microfiber cutting pad and?
Now, would you be able to remove 600 grit with a DA?
I don't know. I'm asking
you. That would probably take a pretty long time.
Got it.
Yes, eventually you could do it, but you're never going to be able to bear down because what would happen with the DA is you would have what's called cornrows at the end of yours. So it would be all nice and shiny, and you would think it'd look perfect, but when you really go in to scrutinize it, you would still have those cornrows. So you do need that kind of pressure. Most DAs, they can't handle that kind of pressure. Once again, this is an extreme moment. Especially working on OE paint, I would never touch OE paint with 600.
Oh, certainly not.
It's ridiculous. The point is it's just an absurd moment to illustrate you don't need compound.
Got it.
So, and that's where the beauty of, did I explain that as far as the eyeglass industry?
Yeah, so I'm struggling to understand why you're not calling it a compound.
Well, because it's not diminishing abrasives for one, and compounds are like boulders, and to use a metaphor, compounds are like boulders, different size boulders and rocks that all diminish and break down at different rates. So it's very uncontrolled. So if you have boulders that break down at different rates, and now you're asking these smaller rocks that are contained in that compound to now remove the defects that these boulders have put in, it becomes really an impossible equation. So you're constantly chasing swirl marks all over the hood. So that's where he had to come up with the right size abrasive that's aggressive enough to act like a compound, but still fine enough to perform like a polish.
Interesting.
So but then you add the things like the waterborne technology, how water is on the outside, it's the insulator. We have 5 basic products. They're all body shop safe. So,
which means
the detailing world doesn't really care about that.
Well, we want no silicone.
Yeah, there's no fillers, no silicones.
Because silicone in the body shop world is...
No.
It's silicone, not silicone. Silicone is the bad thing at the body shop. Because it'll cause bubbling and issues in paint.
Now, we can show this on camera, and let's pretend that you were here, because I'm going to have you smell this. And you're going to really smell literally nothing. So smell that.
There's no odor
solvent.
at all.
Because it's not made with the traditional heavy solvents. And that's what Tom was trying to illustrate, is that those solvents, they'll start to break down he calls it the substrate. So that will start to break down and soften up the paint. So if you try to do that in the direct sunlight, it would be a problem. But this isn't made with those heavy solvents. It's true waterborne technology. It's not technology that has a little bit of water added to it, where they can kind of say it's waterborne technology. It really is made that way, so the water is the carrier and it's the insulator, which really gives it these attributes that you're not going to find in compounds.
Have you done, or will you use any, like if you were polishing for a longer time, would you re-wet it? Would you ever spray it? Do you ever spray water with it?
Yeah, you can do that, which is cool because it's essentially starts at a base formula of purified water.
Got it.
So
So you could use an SWA. See, I know what I'm talking about, Darren. I'm a real detailer. I've read all the forum posts. I know all about it. Thanks, man. Thanks for sharing. Awesome.
Thank you.
It kind of looks real, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
You know what? I should wrap.
Look close into it. I mean, look how deep it is.
So it's not, because I hate wraps. Car wraps are so soft, right?
So it's self-healing, it's hydrophobic, all that.
Shoot, I want to do my M5 roof. Because it's, the M5s don't have I don't like faux carbon fiber, but that looks darn good.
Well, you're going to have all the benefits of our PPF. So
self-healing, hydrophobics, you can coat over top of it.
Sure. Absolutely.
Do whatever you want. And this is DynaShield.
DynaShield. It's been on here for 15,000 miles. And it is, we got wrapped in September 2018. So
can't wait. So we're doing my Corvette with this, DynaShield. And then there's also a matte version too, you could if you wanted to.
Well, we have 17 different films, and we have a lot more in development.
Why 17? What am I missing here?
Come take a look at this. This is something that we've been working on for a while here. This is our Damascus design, so like a Damascus metal.
Interesting.
We have this in a clear and a black. This is being produced. We have 3 different variants of our carbon fiber. So we have a matte finish.
are these the same thickness as like your normal DynaShield? Are they thinner, thicker?
It's actually a little bit thicker, so it's a 10 mil. Yep.
Versus what's a typical wrap, like vinyl wrap?
Oh no, PPF is 8 mils. Vinyl wrap is probably around 4.
Got it. Because vinyl wrap doesn't offer a whole lot of protection.
No.
You know,
it
so
just chips. Also, it heat shrinks. Right. So you're in Florida.
Yeah.
It's hot. So the vinyl will start creeping back, starts to peel.
Oh yeah,
a lot of problems. So
I'm not a vinyl kind of guy. You know.
You're not gonna like peeling, so.
You know what? We could also do is on, you know, my F10 M5 has a weird little carbon or little. It has like in the door handles. It has that little chrome piece.
Yeah.
We could just.
Yeah, you can put it in that.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, it looked good, I think.
Yeah.
So, a lot of innovative new products. This is our black PPF.
So you could technically color change your car?
Yeah, but look at that. It doesn't have the texture of vinyl.
Yeah.
So, you know, you put that on a roof and it looks like it's got a panel roof.
Yeah.
This is our red film. It hasn't gone into production yet.
Yeah.
We're still deciding on which shade to go with. But it's, you know, it's real PPF. So.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
How are the how the STEK templates and like the programs coming along? Have you guys launched that yet? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to go to filmwraps.com.
Okay.
Yep. And so
if you're an installer, one of the risks of doing something outside of the big name or names is that you lose the templates. You lose the ability to.
So if you want to use
a plotter,
generated patterns,
we
have amazing patterns on filmwraps.com.
Got it.
It's a fairly up-to-date system, but it's cloud-based also.
Because the clarity, the peel, if you will, of this film is so much different than any of the others.
Yeah, you're gonna feel it in the quality too.
Yeah.
Just touching the film, it just has a nice feel to it.
Yeah.
You know, and this is 15,000 miles later. So we drove this down to SEMA.
And wiped it off.
From Seattle.
Yeah.
So
just spent some time talking with the guys from Eurovac. You know, what would be ideal is that if I could figure out some way to create some sort of downdraft area where we could blow out pads and have a single vacuum, and then have multiple drops with multiple relays. I think a 2.5 horsepower vacuum, kind of like one of these, they look a little different, that you would put in a room somewhere. So I'm kind of digging into all the details of this stuff. So I'm gonna chase. Oh, funny, they got a slitter gun here, but I'm gonna chase this a bit come this year. And they have solutions where it actually sucks up against a wall. You could put a switch on the wall somewhere to turn it off and on. But there's all different types of solutions that I'm going to start digging into with central vac versus also having portable vacs as well as an option. So you know me, I'm going to buy a bunch of crap and figure it out. These guys are on my short list of products to try, Surfaces. I forget where they're out of. They got all kinds of amazing bottles to start. That gets me every time, but a lot of different coatings which I don't like. But certainly interesting. I've got an interesting take on everything. Very well done. All right, Rob. So,
shall I get a bottle of Halo?
So CSL. I put CSL on my PPF.
Yes.
What is wrong with that versus why would I buy this and complicate things?
It's not complicated, no.
But what's better about it?
Okay, let me tell you why that is better.
Okay.
No, this is specifically designed for PPF.
Right, I get that.
First criteria.
What does that mean?
Okay. Let me tell you. So, design brief. Number one, compatibility. Has to be compatible with as a wide range of PPFs as possible.
Okay.
So on that we used 50 different types. There was obviously matte, satin, self-healing, vinyls, all kinds of different things, new, old, all of it. So this is compatible with 100% of 50 samples that we tried. The average, I'll say next best was 81%. The average is 34%. So the average coating is only compatible with 34%, and that includes PPF coating. So this is designed to have very, very wide compatibility with PPFs. Number one. Number two, durability. Okay. So we run an ISO scrub test. So we have a scrub test machine that imitates car washes. So it runs the standard ISO test. I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but it's a 5,000 scrub cycle with a certain type of chemical, like a car wash chemical. It's all specified within the test. So the ISO test specifies 5,000, which is a pass. This went to 10,000, we stopped doing it. There was no drop off in this at all. And again, next best was 4,300 and the average was about 3,400. So in terms of performance on PPF, so the durability of the hydrophobic effect is going to be a lot better. CSL would not survive that as well. So, and then last piece is to do with the application. So application, if you get high spots with CSL, as you know, you can still, with some difficulty, with a compound and a hard pad, you can still polish it, you can still remove it, etc. That's going to be a problem if you're, particularly if you're doing it on a matte PPF or a satin PPF. They don't like, obviously you can't polish those, but any type of PPF you don't like to, you can still remove high spots.
So
even 2 days after.
So you would still use this on PPF even over Ultra?
I wouldn't. You don't need to put Ultra on PPF.
You put this
only
on.
Need that. Yeah.
So this is this on a, I don't want to say hardness, but let's say an overall hardness, durability, quality of the flagship coating, or is it like, would you compare it more to an EXO, like a topper?
Yeah, no, you get about 2 years out of it. That's the kind of durability you get. But you know, things like Ultra, they're not really relevant for PPFs because they're self-healing. So really, the thing you're getting with Ultra is the hardness.
Because we're all putting Ultra on PPF. You're saying we're kind of wasting our time? Got it. So that's why Halo. All right, I'm gonna put it on my Corvette and then my RS, GT3 RS. So 2 new cars I got, and I've been like, I'm just gonna put Ultra on the PPF. I don't need Halo. What do I need that for?
But no, I mean Halo is specifically designed. I mean it is. You know, we haven't just put a label on another product and bam, that's a PPF product.
Yeah.
You know, we went into and actually we had to synthesize new materials from raw materials. We had to synthesize new ingredients for this.
Sure.
So,
do you publish? Is this like a silicon dioxide base, or do you publish what?
Yeah, it's silicon dioxide, but it's just all of these types of coatings. They're silane or siloxane based. So silane is a gas that combusts, but you know the way silanes work, the way they grab other molecules and what you can make with silane. So silane-based coatings, it's just it's unbelievable how many variants you can get. And siloxanes. So most coatings are a blend of siloxanes and silanes.
Install is wipe on, wipe off, like all the other.
Yeah, and I would just apply the same as you would EXO. So kind of, I would recommend 2 coats.
Give it 2 coats. Give it a few minutes.
I would say maybe a little longer, maybe leave it an hour and a half, something like that between coats. It doesn't, and actually that's something we did some tests with, because there were some people thinking that if you left a very long time between wiping the residue off that you would get better durability. In fact, the opposite is true. So whatever the instructions say, I don't remember what the instructions say, that is the best way to do it.
Got it. So follow the instructions.
You don't get better durability for leaving it on longer. You know, all of that kind of thing where you think, oh,
flash time, we call it, and all that stuff. Yeah.
You know, maybe you think, oh, if I leave it on for a bit longer, it's going to be more durable. In fact, we tested it; it was the opposite. So what we recommend is what we found.
Did you test if I waited 24 hours to put the second coat on? Is that an advantage to us?
I don't remember if I did. I'm not sure if it would be. It's a good question.
So give it an hour or hour and a half is sort of the standard operating procedure of installing a second coat. 3, 4, 5 diminishing returns. You start doing layer after layer after layer.
Yeah, it is diminishing returns. I mean, that's what we found with EXO. I'm not sure if we did do those tests with Halo, but I don't imagine it's going to be any different. It's just about getting a good coverage.
Sure. Yeah. Got it. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Got to get moving on. Some of the Gyeon stuff. One thing I'd like to buy is the Gyeon cap. I wonder if they'll sell that separately, the diffuser cap.
And then there's some ceramic you gotta actually do a little bit of editing.
But I think I'll go get somebody to talk through the new stuff. I don't think they have a lot of crazy new stuff, which is fine with me because the line's pretty complete. There's a few things that I want to dig into, buy and try. So what I want you to tell me, because you know my product line, I want you to tell me what of this I should be adding. Like man to man, like real deal, no sugarcoat.
Yeah, I'm not.
So what should I be buying?
Well, actually, there is like the shampoo Bath Essence and Bath Plus is really amazing because
I don't want any crap in my soap, so I want just soap.
Exactly.
So essence.
Just
right.
soap essence. Why?
Right.
Super concentrated, no color, no odor because it doesn't even absorb the color and orders 200 buckets.
But I want a gallon.
When you do 200 buckets with this,
you're saying I don't need a gallon.
Why you need a gallon?
Okay, all right, I can buy that. All right.
So,
what else do I need?
Wet coat is like.
But what do I need wet coat for if my car's coated?
Just wheels, for example. When people have a car that didn't coat wheels, you clean your wheels with just the 2 spritzes. Full wheel inner barrels are like hydrophobic.
Yeah.
Why would you then? Some people don't want to take the wheels off and coat inner side.
Yeah.
But drying is so much easier.
Can you use this on a coated car still?
Sure.
Was there any benefit to that?
Well,
Not really.
Let's say if your car is coated and after 2 years you lose like a kind of hydrophobicity.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't want to repolish the whole stuff.
Yep.
And this gives you in every wash you will have like 3 weeks, 4 weeks of hydrophobicity.
Yep. Got it. Okay.
Super easy.
I want the clay bar for sure.
The clay bars are in a pretty cool.
We only need mild, right? Do you ever use anything else?
I would suggest mild will do.
Yeah.
Of course, it's when you have really like ditched cars that you don't care.
But which I don't really mess with. Yeah.
Don't do coarse.
Yeah.
Don't do coarse. So it comes in this kind of plastic cover.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Yeah.
Not because this is also first time you take it out, you spray some clay loop inside.
Leave it in there. It stays, doesn't dry out.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, just one thing about clay loop because in clay loops I like this one. Why? When you have clayed a part of the car, you wipe it down. I don't want any greasy stuff on it.
Yeah.
So this one I even dilute like 3 fingers of clay loop and the rest of with a demineralized water.
Yeah.
And I get like when you wipe it off, it's just like there is nothing left anymore on the paint.
Have you used this with like auto scrub or the synthetic stuff too, or do you only clay?
I only clay. I'm a guy clay.
You're fancy, I know. You're fancy Europeans. Yeah. I mean Texans. Texans. Yeah.
So we launched this year, which is super cool. It's one of my things that I pushed really hard.
I can't do this because I have my own product. I don't want to mess up mine. What happens if it's better than mine? Then what am I going to do?
Okay, then you have to change.
You know me. I'll change.
Because I know that you would change.
You know I would,
when
right?
It's better.
I'll do it, yeah.
So what we want is like we didn't want a normal regular shampoo only for PPF. We wanted to add some when you have iron particles on PPF, which are also on PPF.
Oh, PPF, not prep.
No,
I thought this was a prep wash.
This
Okay.
is paint protection film wash. So we don't want the regular shampoo for paint protection washing, but we added some iron and decontamination agents, so you can use it in a foam gun. It will take off the iron particles, and on PPF you wouldn't worry because it's self-healing.
So I got to tape off the rest of the car that doesn't have PPF. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
No, you won't. So,
got to keep you on your toes.
Okay.
Everything else, no major blockbuster new products this year. I don't think we need any, so I'm glad.
I'm a rotary guy, so we did like 2 new rotary wool pads. 2 different ones.
Japanese type or the old Japanese style,
really,
soft
but
pack.
yeah, really natural merino wool, chemically treated, heavy cut and like medium cut, very durable, soft interface for rotary guys. I think they will really appreciate this kind of wool.
Yeah.
And then okay, I know you have the lights.
The diffuser's pretty sick. And you guys got a one up on me because they gave you exclusivity on that.
Yes, exactly. And also we are the only.
This is my light. I decided this was a cool light, and now you guys stole the awesome from me.
I wanted also to have Bluetooth, so you have only in this one the Bluetooth. It comes with 2 types of diffusers.
There's and you can even double them up. I think if you need to. Yeah.
These are the standard scan grips.
Just branded.
I mean, we are not manufacturers of lights. We do this.
So
like,
co-branding.
Exactly.
That's what I've been talking about for years.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I want to private label everything if there's a great brand that's behind the production of the original product?
I have no issues with private label when it works. So I think you will love. I like the guys and I know the guys from the brushes to clean leather because it's horsehair. It's got a really nice. Try it in your hand, like when you want to do this leather thing.
Yeah, I do like
it's
that.
It's really like very convenient, and they're very, very durable.
I do like that.
And you know what? Because we asked to have the hairs a bit further apart to clean the brush out. Because when they're too close, your dirt.
Yeah, everything stays in there. That's smart. Yeah. Good stuff.
So for you, for sure, I know you're a tire guy as well, and I know you like specific, exactly. But
Pearl.
And what you use for tire cleaner to get the stuff out?
Well, what I'll do with I'll use Stoner's as like the initial initial cleaning of the tire, and then I'll clean with just my wheel cleaner.
Okay, well, tire dressing is very personal. Classic car, normal car, people like shine, no shine.
Yep.
But when it comes to get the dirt out of the car, I mean, really, this is a really, really good product. Also save on wheels. It immediately, instantly gets out this brownish stuff, junk that's in, and it's for me, it's a weekly use on my cleaning tires.
What I prefer. Talking subjectivity, I like my tire cleaner to not be super aggressive because I don't want to strip all of my base protection off the tire every time.
I agree to a certain extent in the market where you live, weather-wise.
Yeah,
when you're in like Europe and the dirt. And
you want to strip it clean and start over. Yeah.
It's safe on wheels though, so if it comes on your wheels or you spray the tires and the wheels when you don't have any when your wheels are not dirty, Matt, it makes no sense to spray iron all the time on your wheels.
Yeah,
you know?
certainly. That's why I went away from it. Yeah, man, especially they're coated.
This is overkill, you know.
Yep.
Spray some tire cleaner on the wheel with the tire, and it's a cleaner. So.
Well, I've kind of gone the opposite direction, and I spray my wheel cleaner cleans my tires, and that's kind of how I did it.
We were thinking about naming it tire and wheel cleaner.
Yeah.
But we did it tire cleaner because it makes it's a bit more dedicated to that direction.
Got
so
it.
We're actually doing the same, but with the tire.
The opposite direction.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thanks for sharing. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, look who it is. Famous YouTuber. I found a famous YouTuber.
Found me.
And just Dave, old Dave.
Dave's
and then
here.
the famous YouTuber's girlfriend. Right. So what's your take? What's your take on this business?
Yeah.
You ready? I'm trying to get him. We got 30 minutes left of awesome stuff, and they want to quit. They're quitting on me.
Well, you got to pack it in. You got to get the key stuff that I missed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're gonna go get something to eat. So anyway, I'll wrap it up tonight, but I think we're done here at SEMA. I've lost my voice, which is crazy. That means I talk too much. Believe it or not, I don't really talk all that much in real life. It's only when you get me going about detailing.
You talk more in 5 days at SEMA than you do in
all the rest of the year. But I do talk a lot on camera.
Yeah.